Well, this one, we're diving a little bit into the political realm. Let's just jump in and see what I mean. This one is called 442 Brexit Ball. Now, the only description says Big John Smith. And from that, I've gleaned John Smith was an MP or some sort of cabinet party leader for the Labour Party leader in England. So there's this whole thing. Apparently, he voted for joining Europe. So it kind of is anti the current Conservative Party and them wanting to leave Europe and all of that. But I don't deal with British politics, so I'm going to leave that all for you guys to figure out and tell me what actually happened and all that. But this one, again, is called 442 Brexit Ball. It is a 442, as you can see. We're going to take a look at the tactic a little bit more in depth a little bit later on, but it has a no-nonsense fullback. I can't wait to see what that does. But we're going to test it out with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich. So, with all that said, we're just going to dive into the Premier League and see how they did. Well, taking a look at the Premier League table, you can see Aston Villa in 12th. 43 points, 51 goals. Not a great tally this season. Second place, Liverpool, though, 101 goals. Tops of that list, 86 points, only 4 off Man City. As I usually say, if you take control of this, you could definitely do a better job than I did. I'm just doing a simple holiday sim. I'm taking control of nothing. But let's take a look at the teams individually and see what might have happened to Aston Villa. But first, we are going to start with Liverpool since they are on tops in the table. They did get to the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, 3-5 loss to Middlesbrough. They do beat Ipswich in the third round of the FA Cup, but only make it to the fourth round and lose out to Crystal Palace 0-2. And they only get to the Europa League quarterfinals, losing out to Bayer Leverkusen over 2 rounds. Overall, this doesn't look like it worked all that well for Liverpool. We've seen a lot of tactics that have given a full spectrum of some fantastic trophies and at least runners-up or thereabouts. Second place in the Premier League by 4 points is fantastic. I mean, quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup and the Europa League, meh. Squad-wise, yeah, they don't have the green to show for it, so clearly something happened. But 32 goals for Salah, 31 for Nunez is fantastic for those front two, but still. 17 assists for Trent, 15 for Robertson, and then average rating, Mohamed Salah gets that 7.58, but you still need more in the green. You do have a lot of players 6'8", 8 and above, but still. Aston Villa, on the other hand, getting to the Carabao Cup fourth round, losing out to Chelsea 1-2, and the FA Cup third round immediately against Leeds. They do get to the semi-finals of the Conference League, but lose out in penalties to Fenerbahce. Now, when a team does fairly poorly in the league that shouldn't be and should be a little bit higher up, this is where I go to first. And as you can see, there's a lot of players that had major injuries. Matty Cash, Buendia, Kamara, Tyrone Mings, Luis are all players that are usually up in the stats list in the squad. But look at this. Well, 2 months, okay, but 10 months, there's some big ones here and a lot of moderates as well. So, that's the first place I would go to. If you're having issues, definitely injuries could be a major cause of that. So overall, before we get into the squads, it was not a good season at all for Aston Villa. I mean, you do get to the semifinals of the Conference League, but still, you got nothing out of this season. And the only player in green is 701 Ollie Watkins. Clearly, that's going to be the tops for him. But overall, it was not a great season. 22 goals is for Ollie Watkins. It's not bad, but Zaniolo with only 15 assists, 11 for Diaby. Yeah, this season kind of tanked for Aston Villa. So the data hub for both teams, I'm going to skip through kind of quickly. Liverpool, the only one with really players to show for it. You've got some attacking numbers there, but a passing percentage, crossing percentage, you've got a lot of down numbers there. Defensively, about average. 2.66 goals per game is not bad. 1.26 conceded is actually worse than usual. 1.19 XG against. Wow. And then Aston Villa look really poor in a lot of different areas. No question about it. Points per game, Liverpool do get second with 2.26. Unfortunately, Aston Villa in 12th with 1.13. But the rest of the stats, most goals, 101 goals for Liverpool is pretty nice. No question about it. Fewest shots against for Liverpool, 350. Most tackles won. Aston Villa do get tops with 998, 956 for Liverpool, and most shots for Liverpool with 568, Aston Villa with 459. But as usual, when one of the teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa falter, Ipswich could go either route. Where did they go this time? 7th place, 82 points, 93 goals. I mean, they still got an okay goal tally, but still, they miss out on the promotion playoffs. Not great. Domestic Cups, Carabao Cup second round, they lose out to Chelsea 3-4. That's kind of to be expected. And Liverpool dropped them out of the FA Cup third round 2-5. So overall, definitely not a good season for Ipswich. And I'm kind of surprised they actually have 3 in the green. But overall, 24 goals for Hurst. down to 11 for Connor Chaplin. Assists 15 for Leif Davis, but still that is pretty low for him. 10 for Luongo, and then average rating Hurst gets the 718. And this one should be fairly quick. Ipswich with most points per game in third with 1.78, most goals in second with 93, most tackles won in third with 1127, and most shots for in third with 601. So with all that said, let's dive into the tactic a little closer. We got a goalkeeper in defend is where we start out, a fullback on left in support, a no-nonsense fullback in defend on the right, a no-nonsense center back in defend on both sides, a winger in attack on both sides, a ball-winning midfielder in support next to a box-to-box in support, a target forward in support next to a poacher in attack. Attacking mentality, in possession, attacking with his wide, focus play down the left and the right, passing directness is slightly more direct, tempo is higher, floated crosses, hit early crosses, play for set pieces and be more disciplined. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the target man, and then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, standard defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, and drop off more. So overall, how did it do for our three teams? Well, let's first off keep in mind that this is just a holiday sim. I'm doing nothing but sitting on a beach with a Mai Tai somewhere. But my coaches are taking care of everything. You could definitely do a lot better of a job if you took control of this all yourself. I mean, 82 points up to 84 should not be that hard, hopefully. And you can even get to 86 in third. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things where coaches don't tend to do the same changes and staff changes and transfers and things like that you would do. So that would definitely help out first and foremost. But our teams just didn't do very well here. Liverpool doing fine, no question about it. They've got the players that can kind of adapt maybe to these tactics. But Aston Villa really in bad shape. So again, injuries. Definitely take a look at your injuries if things are starting to falter. That could be the first place to look. But these teams aren't doing transfers. That is the second place to look. Definitely need to do your own transfers. Bring in the players that can actually fill these roles. This one didn't happen. So there's a lot of things that could actually increase this. So I will never say that this is a bad tactic. But in this case, the save just didn't work. But that's it for me, Sefian FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.